We've seen them put the finishing touches on this asphalt and also put down this fresh layer of paint. And according to the officer I just spoke with, the person involved made this entire story up. That store worker tells me all 5 were physically fighting each other, and that fight broke out right where that silver car is parked. They are waking up today to a new law that they must start abiding by right now. That law says if you realize one of your guns was stolen or lost, now you just have 72 hours to report it to authorities, or you can expect some pretty hefty penalties. A 48-year-old victim who suffered very critical injuries. He is in unstable condition right now at an area hospital. Let's go ahead and show you. He was riding that bike. A lot is going on right now. Whoa, watch out. In fact, here is a fresh layer of paint that was just laid down. A busy gas station in Midtown turns into a crime scene overnight. 4 people are shot. 1 person is now in custody. I've been speaking with police, also that store worker who was here last night. I'll have the latest coming up. I just spoke with a lieutenant here, and he tells me that bicyclist was actually going the wrong way here on Del Mar. We're going to go ahead and zoom in. You see the SUV that was involved. You see the windshield very bashed in, and then a little bit behind it is that bicycle. Police say the 2 collided head on. We got on scene just as the accident reconstruction team started its investigation. Police, they are still collecting statements from the driver and the 3 other people who were in that SUV. One thing they are trying to figure out, especially considering this early hour, is whether alcohol played a part in this. Police say it's up to drivers and bicyclists, though, to make sure these incidents do not happen.
You have a bicyclist out, that's going to be something that we have to look out for as drivers. We got to look for, and as a bicyclist, make sure you're properly lit, your clothing, make sure that you have reflectors on your bike, lights on your bike, lights on your person as well.
Police say they should wrap up their investigation here within the hour, but I will continue checking in with police to find out that bicyclist's condition. I'll have the latest updates coming up in the 7 o'clock hour of News 4 this morning. Reporting live in St. Louis, Laura Hettiger, News 4. I'm told this specific project, it's only taking 1 week to do, but it is going to impact tens and thousands of people every single day. In fact, you can see behind me right now, road crews, they are putting the finishing touches on the new bike lane and extended sidewalks that run along here on Grand from Highway 40 all the way down to Lindell. The city streets director calls this a huge project because of the sheer volume of people in this area. Think pedestrians, cyclists, people who use Metrolink, also all the cars and trucks. And in fact, the streets director tells me this is the busiest bus route in all of St. Louis. He also says this $125,000 improvement would not have happened without input and financial backing from Father Lawrence Biondi.
6 weeks ago, he came to us. He says, Todd, my kids are going to get killed. We need some help out here. We need these sidewalks widened. And as a partnership, Father provided some funds to the city to help make this happen quickly as those kids arrive starting today.
So because of that, SLU pitched in $75,000 for this project. The city, it put in another $45,000 for this project. And even though it's early, we have a lot of activity going on out here on Grand. We just talked to a road worker out here. He says they have to be out of here by 7 o'clock. So in the next hour, you can expect a lot of work to continue. I'll be back at 6:32. I'll give you another look at what they are doing and also how these improvements will help safety in this area. Reporting live in Midtown, Laura Hettiger, News 4.
Today, nearly 1,000 runners took to the city streets for the annual 6K. News 4's Laura Hettiger was there.
Runners, take your mark.
At 8:06 exactly, the horn went off, and so did all the runners in the 4th annual Cardinals Care 6K. The Cardinals family sponsors the race, but today, so many of the runners thought about their own families. like Brian Shorzy, grandson of the late, great Stan Musial.
This is something he would want me to do. I mean, I wish he could run it with me.
And Catherine Dorsett, whose son currently serves in Afghanistan.
I cannot say enough about family. Family's very important.
And someone from our own News 4 family, Claire Kellett, who ran the race with her sister Maggie.
And what good it does. I mean, it brought out over 1,000 people, so it's good.
And she got to meet Jackie Joyner Kersey. Boom.
From one of the biggest names in running to the fastest runner today. The majority of these athletes came out all for the same reason.
Actually, I didn't really have a time in mind. I was kind of just running for fun. Kind of just gonna go and give it my all.
As runners continue crossing the finish line, just remember all the money raised this morning stays right here for kids in St. Louis. Reporting from Busch Stadium, Laura Hettiger, News 4.